Believe in yourself. Enthusiastic is not everything. If you don't know something, go to the people that know. And connection is important. Is the key to everything that you need to know. I started the business because of a connection, and networking is the blood of your business.
Networking is the blood of
Keep
your business.
working. If I could do it as an immigrant, no language, no money, no, I wasn't ready for my papers when I arrived. If I could do it, you can do it too.
There you go. I love it. Well, thank you.
Bam! Welcome to the BAMBIZTALK Podcast, where we cut through the fluff and dive straight into the real-world wins and lessons of entrepreneurship. This isn't just another podcast. It's your toolkit for building and learning what it really takes to grow and thrive in business as well as in life. I'm your humbly eccentric host, Angel Garcia, co-founder and CEO of BAM Entrepreneurial Center, and I'm here to pull back the curtain on the strategies, hacks, and habits of successful business owners who've been in the trenches. Each week, we'll bring you unfiltered stories from entrepreneurs who have been there, done that, and lived to tell the tale. We'll uncover the moments that shape their businesses, the wins, the stumbles, and the lessons they learned the hard way so you don't have to. It's about real talk, actionable insights, and practical strategies to help you go from where you are to where you want to be. So, if you're hungry for inspiration, thirsty for knowledge, and ready to make moves, you've found your tribe. So let's dive in, get real, and build something extraordinary. You're now tuned in to the BAMBIZTALK Podcast, the playbook for the bold.
Bam! Super cool.
Yeah.
I'm here with Miss Gitsy Vasquez. Hello, Miss Gitsy.
Hi, Angel. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so glad.
Such an honor. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming, because ever since we first met, you've been supposed to come on my podcast, right?
Yes.
So, yay, 2025, here we are, right?
Yes.
Right? 2024 is back there.
Yes, it was an awesome year. I learned a lot. Everything that happened in 2024 put me in this place right now. So I'm really
Yes.
happy of what's going to happen right now.
Yes. And I want to talk about all of that. You know, like you said, 2024 is where you are right now, right? But plenty of time before 2024 happened, right? And so just real quick, you are a Latino social, right?
Yes.
You have your own insurance business.
Yes, I'm an independent insurance agent.
You have your own transportation.
Yes, I have a transportation company.
Yes. What else do you have that I don't know about that we could talk about?
I mean, I have a son.
Yes.
I have a podcast.
And you have a family, you have a podcast.
Yes.
So there's a lot going on in the world of Gitsy Vasquez.
Yes, and it sounds easy, but it's not. I arrived here 10 years ago. I'm from Venezuela. When I arrived here, I didn't know English. I didn't have my papers to work. I didn't have money.
So just 10 years.
10 years.
10 years. You didn't know any English when you first moved here.
Any English.
You speak very well.
I have accent, but
Well, yeah, but
I can communicate.
very well, extremely well.
Thank you. 10 years.
That means that you've been working on it.
Yes. Since I arrived, I said, I want to talk. Because I have a degree in communication back in Venezuela, and I have a diploma in marketing. I used to work with people. So when I arrived here, I was like, I want to talk. And I cannot. I went to the grocery store and I was like, I couldn't even say hello. I just knew how to say, how are you?
It's a
I
good
was-
start.
It was hard. So I started learning English in ESL programs.
Okay.
And this is something that I always say. I didn't put any money to learn English. That's crazy, but that's true.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of programs here that are free for community where you can learn English. So that was my first step. I was like, I have to communicate because I like to connect with people.
Yeah.
So I have to do that in English. I started learning in church, in schools, in every time that I moved to another city, I was like ESL programs for free in my community, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And that's how I start. I arrived here when I always said this. I arrived here with one bill, $100, $100 in my pocket. That was everything.
Wow.
And my son, he was a baby, and I was like, I didn't know anything about how money works here. How much is $100? I didn't know.
Right.
An uncle of my husband, he received me in the airport, and I was so scared, and I said to him, "Hey, I need to buy Pampers and milk and bananas. Do you think is going to be enough?" And he was like, "What? You're gonna buy the whole week?" I'm talking about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
You could buy something with one.
Right. Right.
So that's how I start, and I start learning English right away. And that's how the history starts.
Yeah.
I make a lot of mistakes because
You
I didn't
have
know anything.
for sure. So, and you were, pretty young when you came here, right? Your son was a baby, right? And so when you decide the decision to come here from Venezuela, what was that?
Oh, well, if you know something about Venezuela, is a country that is leadered by corruption, communism, and it was really bad at that moment. I know it's still bad right now, but I remember moments like you cannot buy food or medicines or anything. I remember in 1 month, I'm talking just 1 month, I got robbed 6 times.
What?
That was, and it was in November, and I remember it was 2014, and it was the month of my birthday. And it start 4th November. I remember that day because the first one was in my birthday, and I was like shaking all the time living there. This is crazy. I cannot. And we didn't have too much opportunities there for my son. I was thinking about him.
Yeah.
He's so smart. He's a good kid, and I was like, I don't have anything to offer to him here. And we work hard there. We had a good career and everything, but that's it. We were in danger.
Yeah.
So we moved to USA, and I didn't want to move here.
No.
No, it was my husband's decision. He was, we have to, we have to, we have to. And I'm like, but I don't know anything there. I've never been there, just one time for vacation in Florida, Disneyland, and that's it.
Okay. And then
Yes,
you saw
Disneyland,
this.
it's hard. So I remember the first year that I was here, I was checking flights to Venezuela every month. Like, oh God, this is expensive. How can I pay to be back to Venezuela?
Yeah.
And I was crying all the time. It took me time to say, hey, you're already here.
To adjust.
You have to do something to make every day worth
Yeah.
because you're already here. So that.
Where did you first go? To Florida or
No, Houston.
Houston?
I never lived in Florida. Just go there for vacation.
H-Town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huge city.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from a small town. I'm from Maracaibo in Venezuela. So Houston was huge. I remember watch around all the freeways. All the night was like, crying. I cannot do this. This is hard. For an immigrant, for a person that doesn't know anything about USA, Houston was huge. And I'm really glad that I'm in West Texas right now. I love West Texas.
It's just the right kind of size. And
Yes. So I started learning English there, but I didn't have any opportunity professionally talking, either my husband. So we moved here, of course, because of oil field. And I didn't want to move here either.
Of course
Everything
not.
was my husband. So when I arrived here, I was like, wow, this is huge different, where I can drive 5 minutes from my house to the grocery store or whatever. That was a plus.
Right. Without having to battle highways and crazy traffic.
And then COVID started.
So you moved here right before COVID.
The year before COVID, yes.
Okay.
So I was trying to
Just yeah.
yes.
Uh-huh.
And then COVID hit, and I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah. So you're trying to become stable, right? You just came here. And how long were you were in Houston for? About
4 years, yes,
Okay.
exactly. You have the math there with the years.
I did
exactly.
public math. I used to
Yes.
I got lucky. So you moved to West Texas, and okay, you're still trying to settle
Figure
down,
out,
figure
yes.
out what's going on, and then everybody just gets shaken up.
Yes.
Then,
And
oh my God.
at the moment, I was starting English in Midland College. I was in the last level of English. So I arrived here, as I always did, ESL programs for free. So I started with the Midland College, and then they said, we have to do it online because COVID. And I was like, okay. And so I was at home, but I was learning at the same time. And I remember, because I think God put angels on your way. So I remember this teacher, I cannot remember his name, but if I see his face, I know. who is. But he was working with us online, and I was like, I feel like I'm ready for the next step professionally, but I have this strong accent. I don't know all the words. Sometimes I feel people cannot understand what I'm saying. And he was like, you're doing good. You have accents. You're always going to have accents,
Right.
but you're doing good. You're going to work on your resume. You're going to practice your interview with me. We were doing everything online. So he scheduled calls with every student. And he was like, we're going to practice your interview. I'm going to call you and I'm going to pretend that I'm trying to hire you.
Ah,
And I was like, oh,
that's awesome.
I never had an interview in English.
Yeah. Because it's a different thing.
Yes,
Completely.
yes,
Especially when you're just getting to know the language.
correct.
People who grew up here knowing the language struggle in interviews.
Yes,
You know?
it's hard. So the first question, talk about yourself. So I prepare everything. I prepare a full page in he practice with me, and I'm so thankful with him because that's the first step that I made to say, I'm ready for this.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Ah,
I'm not gonna be scared anymore.
okay,
I'm ready
good.
for this.
You found that confidence.
Yes. So then I applied. I remember for COVID was just finishing. Business started opening and everything. And I remember that I applied to 3 jobs and I got the call for 2 of them. I was like, oh, this works.
Yes.
I like this city. They need people to work,
Yeah.
And I think it's still being in that way. We need more people here to work, but it's always for our Hispanic community that are just arriving. The language is going to be always a wall.
Yeah.
So they have to learn English.
Yes.
So for me, that was, hey, if I can work, I started working selling vehicles. And I was like, if I can do this, I can do something else. Was the next step for me because I don't want to work here. I didn't love to sell
Right.
vehicles.
Yeah.
It's a nice business. You can do good money. But I was like, I I want to do something else. And I remember in a period of time, like 1 year, I quit 3 jobs. And I was like, why? I work hard for this. I pray for this.
Yeah.
I learn English because I want to get a good job here. And now that I have the jobs, I quit. Why?
Why? Right.
And I was in therapy by that time because of COVID and I was struggling with too much. And she said to me, you have to find a way to do something that is adapt of you as a person that feel your heart and everything. And in my head, I was like, I'm not here to fill my heart. I'm here to pay bills and work hard.
Right.
That immigrant thought. I was like, that's not possible. I said to her.
Yeah.
And she was like, no, you're going to find the way. You have to, because you're going to be quitting to every job that you go because that's not for you.
Right.
Like, well, okay. So I started learning insurance. My husband said to me, do something, study something. You can have the realtor license to be a realtor. Is something that go well with your personality,
Yeah.
or you can learn insurance. And I was like, which one is the cheapest?
How we make decisions, right? Yeah.
And I made that decision. I went to insurance to get the license and I started learning in English. And I remember I started working right away with State Farm, which I learned a lot with them. But I remember in the interview with my boss in that moment, I said to him, I'm going to be here just 1 year because I'm going to have my own business.
Oh.
Is that okay for you? Can you have me here just for 1 year? And he was like, yeah, of course. Like,
Like assure you.
sure, in 1 year, you're going to have your own business. Okay, yes, I'm going to hire you. You're going to be, yes, I love that you're thinking in that way and la la. La. And now 1 year later, I was like, thank you so much. I'm ready to go.
So you did it.
Yes.
1 year.
Yes. And you asked me how. And I remember when I accomplished the year, I started making calls. How independent? How can I be? No, you have to have your own book. You need to have thousands of thousands. You need to have this. And I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this.
Yeah.
So I called a lot of people. And I remember one specific person called to me and said, call my husband and said, hey, I know your wife. She's looking for this and that. And I have these people from Florida. They have 15 years in the market working as an independent agency. And they are trying to expand to Texas. And they are looking for people that are able to do this.
Okay, perfect. Just
And I was, I'm the person. And I was here in West Texas, and they were to Houston, Katy, the Woodlands, and I was in West Texas. And they didn't choose me because I was good. They chose me because I was the only person here to make the
Right. So
connection.
a new market, yeah.
And they make sure to let me know it's because we don't have anybody else there, and you're fit with the role, and are you able to do that? And I'm like, yes to everything. Yes, let's do it. So I opened my office here for insurance, and after 2 years working hard for insurance, I was like, I need to do something else. I need to give back. Because we never can be in the same spot. We always want to be for the next
yeah.
level.
Yeah.
So I
Keep
started
going.
saying, I want to give back to the community, because right away when I opened the office, I was like, I need to make connections. Where are the people? Where are the market? I started doing networking. That's how I met you and a lot of people here. And then I was like, I need to give back. I need to do something for the community. A lot of people are coming here like me. They don't know anything. Where are the resources? How can I do to start? How is the way to open a business? So that's the reason why I start Latino Social. We should start with another name and another way to start, but now it changed. And 2024 was the year to put everything together and keep working.
Yeah.
And I remember, and this is, I'm so glad to say this right now, you were one of the first person that I talked when I had the idea. And I've been here before for your networking events and the Chamber of Commerce, and I was like, I know that I have to talk with that guy. I don't know why, but I know that I have to talk with him. You were always in Founders Plan and everything. I need to talk with that guy because I know he understands Spanish, and he's going to understand what I'm going to say to you. And I remember that I approached to you and I said to you, hey, I want to do this. And I was so excited talking to you. And I was, in my mind, I was like, he's going to think I'm crazy. He's going to think, who you are.
Who's this?
No, but you were so approachable. You said to me, hey,
Oh,
do it.
Come on.
As I said to you, God always put the right people there. Sometimes it's not the right people, but
It's the
mostly.
right people. Right? I mean, still.
Still.
Even if they're not, it doesn't work out. They came for a reason.
Yes,
Right.
I totally agree.
To teach you something, right? So it's up to us to learn from that.
Yes, that's true.
Know. Now we like to have that. Okay, I'm learning something, and we're like friends. We're people. We're in the tribe. It's we can consider our people. We like to have that story, but as we all know, people are people, and things don't always work out. Right, but you're learning lessons.
Yes, and sometimes when that happened, when you found a person that maybe you didn't enjoy that, but you learned.
Yes.
Some people, they block themselves. Like, I'm not gonna trust to anybody. I'm not gonna work with anybody. And they start like putting in that energy. That didn't happen with me. I was like, if I count, mostly people are good.
Yes.
Yes. So I talked to you and you were like, do it, pushing me. And then I knew Savannah, which is a person that I really admire.
Yeah.
Right now, I remember when I was younger, really younger, my therapist said to me, the same therapist that I was talking after COVID, she said to me, you're going to find your feminine role model in your life. And I was like, I don't have anybody that I want to be like her right now. I'm talking about years ago. And she said to me, you're going to find your tribe, like people that, and I was like, I don't see that coming to me anytime soon. And now, today, I can say I know the most wonderful woman in the world, and they are here in West Texas. I've been learning a lot. Savannah Morales, Lucy Cisniega, Laura Castillo, Maria Paraco. I have a list. If I'm missing somebody, I'm sorry. But yes, we have a really good community here.
Yes.
Of women and men too, but mostly I'm talking with women. So right now, yes.
Latino Social.
Yes.
Hey there, bookworms and knowledge seekers. Ever wished you could find everything you need in one place? Look no further than the Ector County Library. We're not just about books, though we've got plenty of those, from the latest page-turners to classic favorites. We're talking free high-speed internet, tech classes to boost your skills, and awesome programs for all ages. Kids can dive into storytime adventures, teens can hang out and study, and adults can join book clubs or learn something new. There's always something exciting happening at the library. So whether you're a student looking for homework help, a job seeker needing resources, or just someone who loves to learn, we've got you covered. Swing by your local Ector County Library and see what we're all about. It's more than just books. It's a whole world of possibilities. Ector County Library. Your adventure starts here.
So tell us about Latino Social. What is it exactly? What do you?
It's a community to connect with people, and what make it different is that I do everything in Spanish. So I have a podcast, which is the first window that we have in Spanish here. We have a book club that is in connection with Maria Paracu. So we already have the calendar for the whole 2025.
Oh, wow.
We're going to read 4 books together. We already have everything set up for this year. We have networking events. We're going to start with the first one. When is this podcast going to be out?
Let me see. It should be mid-February.
Okay, no, it's already passed.
Well, so let's talk about it, and then I'll create a reel to put it out there.
Awesome. We're going to have our vision board party this January 18.
Okay.
It's the second year that we do this. It's
Vision board party.
vision board party, yes.
Okay.
We provide to people all the material they need and everything, and we explain to them how this works and how it works. And they build their vision board
Yeah.
to have their goals there and see them every day and work for them.
Okay. Is there a cost?
Yes, but really low fare because we have to
For
find
sure. All the
the way to
materials.
pay the materials.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a speaker coming from Houston, and she's going to talk about how to design your life with purpose.
I like
And
it.
she's going to talk about that
Okay.
to all these people in the activity, and it's going to be awesome. We've been doing some events like this one. It's like networking with purpose.
With purpose.
You
You're
have
learning
to learn
something.
something.
You're taking.
Yes.
There's a takeaway from it.
Yes.
For sure. So where can people sign up for it? How can they?
If they follow me on Instagram, they're gonna see the link on my bio.
They're following Latino Social or.
I remember it's Gitsy Vasquez, and I have everything with Latino Social
There you go.
But it's
Okay.
my professional account, but it's with my name.
Okay.
That's something that I learned too, and I talked to you about that. I know Latino Social should have an account apart, and I'm like, I'm not sure if I have time to control another account besides mine, but I have everything there because I cannot separate.
Right.
Jitsi insurance, Jitsi podcaster, Jitsi networking events. I cannot separate everything from the same person. It's just me doing what I can do.
Right.
And I put in everything in just one account, and it's Jitsi Vasquez.
Okay. So there you go. If you want to
Yes, exactly.
attend this vision board,
Yes.
go to Gitsy Vasquez social media.
Yes.
And you're on what? Instagram, Facebook?
Yes. And you're going to find the bio to participate.
Okay. There you go. So that's cool.
That's cool.
That's super cool. And you're going to be doing these network hybrid,
Almost, I would like to say every month,
Okay.
but it's a lot of work.
It's a lot.
You've been doing that too.
It's a lot.
So we have a date for this vision board party, and then monthly we have the book club. So beside the book club, every month we already have the calendar for the book club. I could do some extra event for networking beside the book club, but
Right.
yes, we are active with the activities
Yeah.
for the whole year.
Awesome.
I cannot say if I'm going to have a networking in February, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have monthly meetings for book club. That's
Okay.
something that is always going to be.
That's for sure.
Yes, if
Okay.
people they want to participate for the book club, it's completely free. They don't have to pay anything, and they just need to see the calendar to see the books that we're going to read.
Yeah.
Because we already decided that in December.
Okay.
We did a meeting. We put all the titles there, what we want to read, and we select the books that we're
Okay.
going to read this year, and we already have a calendar for that. So they can participate. It's completely free. We're going to do that in public libraries.
Okay.
So it's a nice way to know the libraries
Right.
and that we have that resources here in West Texas.
Yes.
And we have partners for the food, for snacks and coffee.
Okay.
So people, they're going to enjoy a snack from a local business,
Yeah.
drink a coffee, and have a awesome conversation about the book we're
about the book,
reading.
right?
Yes.
And then in that, you're meeting great people, right?
Yes.
Who are active and engaged and want
Yes.
to meet people. And yeah.
And I always said, take with you your business card.
Mm-hmm.
For the book club, for the networking events, if we have a workshop, we want to see what you're doing, who you are.
Right.
How can I find your product?
Mm-hmm.
That's important for our Hispanic community
For sure.
because Hispanic, they love to build businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes they need these windows to see how to put their products there.
Right.
That's what we're trying to do.
100%. Because a lot of your purpose when we talk is because there is a barrier, right? So much time where the language barrier where, oh, I can't do that because my accent, or they don't understand me. But if you're out there and you're seeing people like you, people like Lucy, who are doing it, right?
Correct.
And not just doing it, but y'all are out there and like, hey, look, you can do this. Like, so come on,
Yes.
let's go.
And for example, the resources they have to learn English for free, like I did, and to participate in
Yes.
events. Because, for example, Founders Blend, that's an awesome event. When I see this event, I'm like, oh, I really wish we can have something like that in Spanish.
Yeah.
But I also know our Hispanic community can participate there. If they understand a little bit of English, they can be there and listen what's going on
Sure.
and listen what's happening in the community because they have to participate.
Yes.
Not because I have this wall I don't understand very well, I'm just learning English. That's not a barrier. You have to break that and go there and participate, because I'm pretty sure the businesses that I've been seeing in Foundersland, for example, they want you to participate.
Oh, yeah.
They want to know you. And that's something that I've been seeing.
Most of the barriers, just people in general, most barriers are only in our head
Yes.
by far,
Yes.
right?
And with the language, I have a story about that.
Oh, let's hear
When
it.
I arrived, I used to say, is the first words that I learned. I don't speak English. When I change, I don't speak English too. I'm learning English. It's a huge difference.
Yes.
The person that is listening to you, they're like, you're doing good. But something extra. If you change, I'm learning English too. I'm practicing my English with you. That's a huge next level.
Okay.
Because they're going to start teaching you in that conversation. And they're going to know it's important to you what you're saying there. Your pronunciation, if you don't understand one word, they're going to be able to teach you. And they are always able to do it. They receive that information more wide open. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, you're trying hard. Oh, you're doing good. But if you say, I don't speak English, it's like, you're blocked.
you're
Don't talk to
blocked.
me because I cannot.
I say, necesito practicar más. Si me puedes ayudar, And so
Yes.
that does open up and makes people feel more comfortable and like, okay, I can speaking English.
And you make a
Spanish.
connection.
You make connection.
We can be new friends. If you want to practice, you call me and we talk,
Yeah.
I used to drive with Uber. I used to work with deliveries.
Oh, so you talked a lot.
Yes. So I used to be this annoying driver that is going to talk to you. So if you, and I learn a lot. I hear too many stories. Like, I was like, wow, that was my school. I used to be that driver that talked too much and want to know about you.
Yeah, right.
I was annoying, yes.
But that's the greatest school that you could go to.
Yes.
Yeah, doing that, just picking up people and having conversations with them.
Yes, and I learned a lot in that way. That wasn't school. Right now, when I talk an Uber, I'm like, do you want to talk? do you want to talk to me? I love to talk. It's something that is with me.
Yeah,
Like,
well, because you have a communications degree.
yes, and I got the communication degree because I love to talk. Since I remember.
It makes sense,
Yes.
right? Like I can probably imagine when you were, a little girl, you were probably interviewing people.
And fighting with people. Like I remember this neighbor. He used to say to me, "You're gonna be a lawyer," because I didn't that I don't like is something that is still with me in my personality. I don't like, how do you say, injusticias? When something is not fair.
Okay, yeah, it's
Unfairness.
Yeah.
I hate unfairness. So when I was a kid, little girl was, that's not unfair. That's not fair. La, la, la. This, and that, and arguments, And
Yeah.
they were like, "You're gonna be a
You're
lawyer.
gonna be a lawyer. Okay, I can see
You talk too
that.
much."
Either a lawyer or a podcast host.
Yes, now I have a podcast
There
and I had a degree in communication. Yes, I still been hating unfairness. Okay.
For sure. I think so, right? Because you said your first line of work was in marketing,
Yes.
right? Well, really, what you're doing with Latino Social, your podcast, that's still right there. That's what you're doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
right. And that's something awesome. And I'm going to be always thankful with West Texas because everything started here. That I found the opportunities professionally talking here in West Texas.
Yeah.
And I started this here in West Texas. Right now I can say I'm doing something that fill my heart and I pay my bills.
Yeah.
So I'm in a moment right now when I can say, oh, all what I studied there that I thought I'm never going to do communication again because I'm an immigrant and I have to work in something else. Now it's not happening now. I work with communication, my own window, and it's a dream come true.
So you created it.
I created it.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know I was
Yeah.
about to do that,
But you did it. So that kind of leads us into you come here, you're from Venezuela, and you takes you some time, but now you're living it, right?
yes.
Like you see America and you're like, oh, I can do that.
Yes.
And so you just create it.
Yes.
You're living the American dream, what we call that, right?
Yes.
Now I know there's different perspectives,
Yes.
so let's talk about that. What do you see, and you're doing it.
Yes. Yes, I could say right now I'm living the dream. As people say, I love this country. I love what I've been doing here, and I've been learning a lot. But I've been struggling too, so it's hard. You have to work hard to live the dream. So it depends of what is the dream. Like we talk about that, right? What is the American dream for you? For me, is everything is like in balance, but I love my family too. I spend time with family. For me, that's been successful.
Right.
That I am able to be for my family, and I'm building businesses with my partner, with my husband, and I'm kind of in peace right now. But if you call the American dream just having money, that's not the American dream for
Right.
me. You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
because what about if you have a successful business, but you don't have compassion or empathy or connections, real connections with people? I don't know if that's for me. Or you can have tons of money, like you're rich, but you hate. For example, I'm talking about what's the American dream.
Right.
It's not about money, just money.
Just money alone.
It's not just money.
No.
Is that balance that make you be able to build businesses, but love at the same time. And I know sounds sensitive and emotions, but love is important for me, family, being able to spend time with them. And that takes time because you have to learn everything from the very bottom here in this country. I'm talking about laws, about procedures, about everything.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point, right? Your perspective of the American dream. So if it's a number, right? How much number, that is the dream, right? But if doesn't matter the number, if you have
Empty heart. Empty heart. I pronunciate that very well. Empty heart? Yes.
Yeah, because that's the opposite. Love, right? It's a full heart, right? You get your connection. I think that's where people, because we're people, right? So, do you know the story, the difference of a bee that creates honey, and then a spider that creates venom, right? Well, the venom, the spider, stays on its own. It's lives isolated, is sets up traps and webs, and is very me against the whole world, right? But a bee, right? They're all about community, the hive, right? The hive mind. Let's work together to create something great, and they create honey, right? And miel is like that's the most precious liquid gold.
And I like to hear that because in my mind, I'm thinking maybe the bee it has more exposure to be killed because
Mm-hmm.
it's been there, you know.
It's just there. Just
But the spider doesn't because it's apart. But are you able to pay the price? Are you able to, because you want to live a full heart life?
mm-hmm.
Are you able to pay the price to maybe get hurt in the way how you live, you know,
Right.
or live isolate? And I'm protecting myself, but you're gonna be isolate, alone by yourself, and not connections. And I think as a human being, we're created to be connected with people.
Uh-huh.
We're not created to be isolated. And we don't want that anymore. We already lived that
Yeah.
with COVID. And we don't want that anymore. So I think we're created to connect with people. And that's something that I've been learning here in West Texas too, because I remember one moment, I'm talking like 2 years ago, 1 year and a half, and I was in a point like, okay, I already achieved this. I professionally, I'm paying my bills, everything is in the right place. I'm making some money to invest and everything, but I was feeling empty. Like, okay, I already accomplished this. No time for anything, just working, working, working. And now, okay, I'm here. Now what?
Now what?
I was feeling really bad. And I was like, why? I prayed for this. I was like, I want this, 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 and I work hard for this. But I wasn't really connected with God. And that happened here in West Texas too. I was struggling with that kind of thoughts, and I knew the church. And I was like, there is a place where you can learn the word of God. And I've been learning a lot. And now I'm like, this is the space on my heart that I wasn't feeling it, that I was like empty. And is one space that just God can feel. Like, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
Nah, 100%. Yeah,
Uh,
so it's your connection with the source of creation,
yes.
right?
I think that everybody needs that.
Yeah, 100%.
Whatever that source that you want to
Right.
trust with. I think that you need a spiritual connection. I believe in
Yes.
God. I think is the only true, but you need to have that because again, empathy, compassion,
Yes.
connections,
Mm-hmm.
that when you believe in God and you're like, okay, he loved me, I want to do that to people too because I'm not better than him. I can do that too. I can love people. I can be compassionate. I can give to people
Yes.
without expecting anything
Right.
because God does that.
And
So,
all of that is in the circle of that's you said earlier, it's love. Right. So
yes,
these are just different iterations on love as a concept is so huge. Like you can never just like you can't pin it down unless you're talking in that, oh, the love is God. God is love, right? And since we were created from love, right? I think all of creation was created from love because that's like the strongest source in the universe, right?
correct.
That's it. That's the creation energy, right? So when you are okay paying it forward, giving it, and serving a purpose, that love is at the center, right?
Yes.
And then you have we call it the spiritual connection. You're just saying that's that void in your heart that you didn't know you were missing. Just something wasn't right, but then you start to cultivate that, fill it in, and you're like, oh, right. So that's living in your purpose.
Correct.
That's when you're balanced, most balanced. And I like to balance is kind of it's tricky, right? But when you bring it into harmony, right? Like when you play music or when you listen to music, if it's in harmony, it sounds amazing, right? So it's keeping it like, and that's why musicians are so amazing, right? I play
You know
no,
that. You
yeah,
know.
because I can't play an instrument, but I can hear it, you know. So the way musicians can harmonize and together, that's what we're trying to do in life. We're walking
Yes.
through life with all our relationships, whether it's personal or business. There's really at the end of the day no separation, right? 'Cause, like that's how we live, and the more you live in harmony, in balance, the more complete and whole you feel, right? But because bad things still happen, right? We still get rocked, and we either choose to close up or say no more, or okay, what can I learn from that, and what now? How do we keep moving? And I think if you have that balance, if you're living it, then you're open to moving forward and learning and growing from it, right? Because I think we're gonna be learning and growing until until we're
The whole
old,
life.
yeah,
Yes.
entire life. And I think that's when people get if they stop learning.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I think what you describe right now about harmony, for me, that's the American dream. If we can
Connected, yeah.
for me, that's how we can define American dream, because that is harmony. When you get that, and it's gonna take time, and you're going to learn a lot, but harmony, for me, that should be the American dream. No, and I don't get me wrong, I want to be millionaire.
For sure.
If that's American, I want to go there,
Yeah.
but I don't want to lose my harmony.
Right. You don't want to sacrifice
Yes.
right what makes you whole and complete.
Yes.
So what interesting on that is we call it the American dream because here you're allowed to go after that, right? Whereas where you came from, Venezuela,
Ugh,
it was so corrupt.
yes.
Like, and just things had just become like impossible for you to live your dream, right? Whether it's American dream or the Venezuela, whatever that your best life, you're simply not allowed to do that.
Correct.
You know,
Correct.
where
Yes.
here we have it, and that is why it's referenced as the American dream, right? Because
As the freedom to choose, go there and go forward to
Right.
accomplish.
and
That's true.
that you have to work hard to do it, right?
Yes.
It's
Nobody's going to give you anything. You
not
have to
given.
work hard.
Right.
And it's not going to happen if you're an immigrant. Nobody's going to be here saying to you, "Oh, I'm going to put
Right.
this easy for you."
Right.
It's way difficult
It
if
is.
you're an immigrant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So because you're starting already behind,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
When you come in. So let's talk about that,
Yes.
right? The Venezuelan population here is really growing.
Yes,
right?
it's growing up really fast. When I arrived here, I just knew one place with Venezuelan owners, one business that is Venezuelan owners. Right now, I can count with location places you can find 13.
Okay. Wow.
And I'm not counting the people that work from home or they are entrepreneurs with their small businesses with no location. So we're growing up a lot. And I know there's been a media campaign of hate against Venezuelan immigrants. And I know there are people doing the wrong things and breaking the law. But I'm pretty sure the good ones outnumber the bad.
I'm sure.
That's
Yeah,
for sure.
100%. And I think that's just true as humans, right? Because not all humans are really great, awesome people, right? And so I think I don't. It doesn't matter where you come from or what your country,
There
what race.
is
There's
bad
bad
people
people,
and good people.
right? But by far, good people outnumber the bad people.
Yes.
It's just those small amount of bad people get noticed and seen because, hey, what are you doing? Sit down, man.
Yes, but it's because of in the media, hate sells.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
if I use a title saying, this Venezuelan person killed this other person, and I see a lot of people are commenting with hate and cheering and everything, and I have a huge number there, people cheering, I'm going to do that again. I'm not going to say, this person killed this person. I'm going to title, this Venezuelan person killed this person. And it's something that we've been seeing in social media a lot. So I'm always here to say, we are good people. We're able to work. We love to build businesses. So it's been hard for us. We have to struggle with the fact that we're moving from a country to another, and then here we're struggling with that. Sometimes we arrive to places and they're like, it's because of social media. But I'm pretty sure they know Venezuelan people, the good ones, outnumber the bad. They know that, and yes, we have a huge community right now here. And I know it's something new for West Texas. How do you see it? Because we weren't here I know people that they've been here for like 20 years, but it's a small community. The rest, they are arriving here since 5 years ago.
Right.
How do you see that? I know it's something new for West Texas.
Yeah, I think that, there's a huge influx coming into West Texas of all races, right? So, I mean, the area is growing so fast,
Mm-hmm.
and you see all the construction happening, and then all these big stores coming in, and then just everything's kind of just growing a
Yes.
lot, right? So this is more of what America is really about, right? It's like the melting pot. Everybody just coming in to make it happen. I think when we start to segment,
Mm-hmm.
right? Just like in business, you're segmenting your customers, right?
Yes.
So we're all segments, right, of different races and cultures that are coming in. So the way I see it, yes, the more diverse and the more different peoples that can come together, the better, right?
Yes.
But there's always problems when you're doing that, right?
Yes.
And that's what we're working through that. Yes, social media can really throw things out of proportion. Because at percentage wise, what would be the number of Venezuelan immigrants here in West Texas, percentage wise, when you say, okay, these are the Latinos that are moving in, right? The Latino culture in general
Mm-hmm.
is huge, right? Is huge, right? So it's how does it all work together?
Yes.
Because when you're person, average West Texan, regardless of what they are, when they see Jitsi coming, we don't. Oh, well, she's Venezuela.
Yes, that
Like,
what I said. They're gonna see you're from this, or they're gonna see you're Latin or Hispanic.
right?
They're not gonna know where you're from, and
No, right.
you're using one package. And
We're all in one package. Yeah,
yes, and
yeah.
we have to learn that.
Mm,
We have to learn that and work together because I know that is there is a huge difference in culture.
mhm.
I love, for example, Mexican culture. I've been learning a lot,
Yeah.
and I love it. Sometimes I feel like I'm Mexican. I mean, Jixie, you're like Mexican. I'm like Mexican, but I don't have
Yes.
the passport. And I love. I've been learning a lot from them, and I know they arrive here first.
Mhm.
So, but the culture in the Caribe is
Ah,
completely different.
right.
We have a different culture, and we have to learn how to love that because in the difference,
Mm-hmm.
there's a beauty in the
Yeah.
difference. When I see something that we used to do in Venezuela, and I see it's completely different from for a person from, I don't know, El Salvador or
Uh-huh.
Honduras, I'm like, oh wow, and that impressed me, and I'm like, God is God. They make us like Latinos, but completely different, and that's awesome. That's beauty.
Right.
So I'm always say we have to learn how to work together,
Mm-hmm.
and at the end of the day, we are Latinos.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say, "Oh, you're Cuban, you're Venezuelan." You're no, we're in the same
No,
package. We're Latinos.
we're Latino, so thus your name,
Mhm.
Latino Social,
Latino social, yes.
right?
So we're all together there. Argentina, Colombia, Venezuela, Cuba, Mexico, todos were all there.
Yeah.
And that's
More.
awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
and more, right?
Yes. And more and more.
And
I'm
more,
missing
more.
some countries.
Uh-huh.
Pardon me. But yes.
Well, there's a lot of Latin
Yes.
countries.
And every time that I talk with a person, for example, from Argentina, and they teach me everything about their food, their traditions, I'm like, oh, wow, I'm
Mm,
impressed. Like, oh, that's beautiful. Or a person from, I don't know, Cuba, and we have similar struggles with communism,
mm,
but it's a different culture too. And I'm like, wow, and the food is delicious
hmm.
and the music is different. So
Right.
I feel happiness in that difference. I
Ah.
hope that everybody can feel that. Even when I talk with people, they are not Latinos, they are from other parts of the world.
Hmm.
I'm like, wow, I'm impressed. I love to learn the difference.
Yes.
And in that moment, I think, oh, we're so small. Like
Uh-huh.
Venezuela is so small. Like there is a world out there. And of course, always, as said, when we arrive here, we have to respect that
Mhm.
we're visiting and then we become residents. But it's like when you go to your friend's house, you're going to respect their laws. You're
Yes.
going to, if he says to you, you have to take off your shoes
Or
before
you take
to
off your
enter.
shoes?
Yes.
Yeah,
Please, could you please take off your shoes? Of course, I'm visiting
for sure.
your house. I'm going to
Right.
take off my shoes
Hmm.
and I'm going to respect your rules,
Right.
even when they are different from my
Yes.
country.
Hmm.
But I'm in your house. So I
Yes.
respect that.
Ah, love that perspective,
Mm-hmm.
right? because that's what we do when you go into anybody else's home, right? You respect the house rules, right?
Yes, exactly.
You know, you what do they say? When in Rome, right? Like when you're visiting, yeah, you. It's not just respect for them, but it's self-respect. You know, I
Yes.
think anybody with self-respect, they're going to respect other people and other
Exactly.
people's space, and so yeah, I think like that mentality, that perspective, is what allows the beauty to show out.
Yes.
That now you can be aware of the differences, respect those differences. And I think that the way that the Latino culture here in West Texas kind of coming together,
Yes.
because like it's gonna
Gonna
take
take
time.
time.
But I think
We
what
will
you
have to do the first steps. We have to make the first
yes,
steps.
right, start with the first step.
Yes,
You know,
we've been talking a lot about that, and every time that we share ideas, I'm like, Angel, I want to do this for the community, because we have to grow up, we have to connect with people. You're like, yes, do it. Yes, we have to do that. Yes, because we are doing a small steps for that. I think this is definitely something new for the West Texas. A lot of people coming here from different cultures,
yeah,
and it's kind of, what is this? What's going on around?
right,
But we're growing up too as a city.
yes,
If we don't have people here, we're not going to grow up. They're not going to build buildings or freeways if we don't have people here to drive
right.
over there.
And for the longest time, people would come and then they leave, right? Because that was the whole nature of the industry, the oil and gas industry. It was so boom and bust, for decades. It was boom and bust.
Do you think can be different now? Because I
Yes,
have that sense.
yes, it's different now. I was actually talking with Representative Brooks Landgraf, and he was talking about this. He was saying that the reason that our roads are so dilapidated, that they're neglected, you know building new infrastructure for the amount of people we have here. We're playing catch up because for years Texas, the central, the state government didn't want to invest out here because we're hit peak oil in the 70s, right? So by their thinking back then, we should be ghost town right now. But because technology, right, is now smoothing out the big boom bust.
Correct.
So now it's more steady, right? Well, now Brooks is saying, okay, now we can fight to get those roads built, the highways built, the infrastructure we need. That's why you're seeing big box stores now, like Costco's getting built.
Fast pressure.
Shops getting built, right? So the area is the outside world is starting to pay attention.
Yes, we put Midland in the map.
On the map. I mean, Space Force is coming here.
Yes,
Know?
and that's awesome. We need people coming here because that's the way how we're going to grow up. So I know it can be a little bit chaotic.
Chaotic, yeah.
Chaotic.
There you go. Chaotic. Yeah, there you go.
So in the process, but is a good way to grow up.
Yes.
We have to do it because I always talk with people and I'm like, people come here and I've been living here with people that I know, I love them, they are my friends, and 6 months later they left. And I'm like, it's hard.
Yeah.
Now I see that people are coming here, they are building, and I'm like, I would like to see West Texas, and I know that's impossible if we talk about numbers. It's always going to be oil field here, so that's gonna be like that forever. Okay,
Yeah.
but I would like to see people coming here because of oil field, but they stay because they build something else.
Yes.
And we've been seeing that. I can talk about the Venezuelan community. They come here because of oil field for the husband, right?
Right.
But the woman, we don't know how to stay without to do anything. We like to build stuff. And they're like, oh, I want to do something. And they start building businesses. And they put the business there. And suddenly the husband quit the job in oil field to help them.
Oh, wow.
Business.
Okay.
I've been seeing that a couple times with Venezuelan businesses here. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Because sometimes the oil field work they have is really hard. It's like in fracking, it's really hard for them to keep in time for a long period of time. So the woman build the business, and then the husband say, "Hey, I'm ready to help you."
Help the
and
business
they go.
grow. Yeah.
And I've been seeing and I'm like, I'm so proud of this community. I'm
Yeah.
so proud of because in general, Latino people, they are doing that. So
Mm-hmm.
they're building businesses, but at the same time, we need people keep coming
Yes.
for oil field or whatever because you already have a business. So you have to keep selling your stuff. That is not oil field related.
Right.
You need to keep selling, I don't know, the bread, the food, whatever that you create in there, you need more people to buy.
Yeah.
So
Because what you're just talking about right there, that's how Midland, Odessa, Permian Basin is growing to be family friendly. Because these other businesses are for what families do, right? How families purchase, right?
yes.
Because it been forever. It was just about the oil field worker,
Yes, right, like
right?
men.
Right. That's it, right? What about the family, right?
Yes.
But now, yeah, it are developing in a way that is going to allow for families to want to move and stay here,
Yes.
right? Because I'm seeing that a lot more. People are more like, we're staying. Like we
Yes.
bought a house.
Yes, we need to have options for women, like the wife that is staying at home while the husband is in the oil field work,
Yeah.
and for kids too, activities for them.
Yes.
I think is a good way to invest here. We need to grow up in that matter. And I think that I talked about that with Lucy Cisniega, and she was like, we need more options here for the so we don't have just the men working in oil field. They can bring their families, but we need to have options for them.
Yes.
Like I don't know. I want to go to for a I don't know hiking or biking or whatever activities. For me, if I'm staying at home with my kid, I want to be able to take him to a place that he can enjoy. We need more options like that.
More.
And did you see that Urban Air open in Odessa like
Uh-huh.
yesterday? See, we have. I think that I have a new phrase for me. Something amazing is happening in West Texas. That's
Okay.
gonna be my new.
That's okay. Something
Yeah,
amazing is happening in West
something
Texas.
amazing
Uh-huh.
like that. Like
Yeah.
something amazing is
Uh-huh.
happening in West Texas.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my new this 2025 because I think that's happening right now. We're
Yes, living it.
Mhm.
It's there are a lot of things that are coming to West Texas for the younger people. Like big, huge things, right?
Like what? Tell
Like
me something.
so.
Give me more details. Give me the chisme.
Put simply, esports.
Yes.
Recently, schools are starting to have esports programs. There's colleges with esports programs that are just developing. Yeah, and there's careers in esports
Yes. We need that.
across the board. And these tournaments that they hold
Hmm.
bring in thousands of people, millions of dollars.
Yes.
And so helping a lot of these kids, sometimes they're isolated, right? Because they're gamers, and
Hmm.
they're now it's actually showing a lot of proven there's lots of proof that it helps develop kids.
That's awesome.
So
Yes.
just not just for them to be better at playing games, but it prepares them for life if they're trained and they're coached, and they have a purpose
Yes.
with it.
Yes.
So that opportunity coming to West Texas, I think it's going to be huge. I think that's one of the things that's going to help get us on the other
Yes.
side to really becoming a metroplex.
You know that I've been seeing, and something that helped me to measure that is the community that I have in WhatsApp. When I see that they ask for something again and again, I'm like, we need something like this.
Mm.
We need more schools of music. We need more teachers for music. We need more of that because I have every time I get that question. Do you know any piano teacher? Do you know any guitar teacher?
Yeah.
We need something like that.
Yeah.
If you're
There's
listening and you're thinking about where to
uh-huh.
invest, we need
Music
musicians.
teachers.
Yes.
Yeah. You're right, because that's something that that there's some things like that just we still have the same number we did 20 years ago. And maybe less because not as many people got into it. And there's a lot of people that were doing it. They're retiring age now.
Or they moved. We had a piano teacher for my son, and they he was doing awesome, and then he has to move to Utah, and we're like, we need more teacher. We don't have any other.
Ah,
It's something that I've been seeing for myself and for everybody else.
yeah, it's a thing.
Yes. We have
Well,
a space to grow there.
right.
Yes.
That's how business opportunities
Yes. we're giving you an advice.
Start your own business.
Yes.
Well, that's part of living the dream,
Yes.
to be as self-reliant as possible,
Yes.
right? To be able to generate your own resources, your own income, right? Entrepreneurship,
Yes.
right? That's looking for a problem and solving it. So yeah, you have to pay attention and really listen.
Yes,
You know,
something that I've been seeing. And well, I think what I'm going to do this year is I would like to bring more Venezuelan artists. I'm thinking about that. It's
yeah,
not something that I have like
yeah,
is there
it's just
yet,
a
but
thought.
no, it's a thought, and I've been working on that. But I think it's something that I'm going to do because they're like, yeah, expecting to see. They're like, we're working hard, we're working every week, la la la, and we don't have anything like an artist, a concert, something that we can see
Yeah,
from our culture. We already have that for Mexican culture a lot, thank
yeah.
God. We have that here, but I'm thinking about to bring that Venezuelan artist. Let's see what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I've been measuring the market too for that to see if somebody can try here because you have to talk with the artist and say, hey, we have this here, but nobody did that before. So
Yeah.
are you able to try?
Uh-huh.
If you were able to do that, take the risk and see how the market uh, reacts to that.
Right. And so that's could couple well because art is really a growing thing here.
Yes.
Right? It's like the culture here is we're starting to develop a real culture
Yes.
with the arts. Music is changing so much here because when I first moved here 15 years ago, right? When I moved back here 15 years ago, live music, they're all cover bands, right? They're just gonna play old songs, right? So when you see live music, they're just playing somebody else's old songs, which is cool. It's still live music, and the memory kicks in. You're like, oh yeah, I love that song. But what we're starting to see now is there's a lot more originality, right? And so, for an artist perspective, this is probably a good time to get in and start doing something now to build your name, you're right, to start building that because there's lots of room for an artist to grow.
Yes. Yes. I would like to know more local artists.
Yes, what it is, right?
Mhm.
The homegrown local, kind of, hey, this is my city, this is my area, and they're known for being from here.
Did you watch that show in Netflix that is based in Midland, Odessa?
The land, what was that?
I can't remember the name.
Yeah,
I just watched one episode and you could see all the areas are from here in
yeah,
Midland. You
yeah.
can watch everything is like, oh, this is where I live. But it's
Yeah.
in Netflix. Did you watch already?
Is it?
Is Landman? I can remember the name.
It just came out recently, right?
Yes, it
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
but I was watching the first episode and I was like, oh, this is so from here.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
it's oil field related businesses and
Hmm.
everything, workers from oil field, a whole drama with that. And it's like, oh,
Right.
we're in the map already.
Yeah.
We're even Netflix. So that's awesome.
So
Yes.
that's super cool, right? That they're starting
Yes.
to like the outside world is starting to pay attention.
Yes, and
Right?
if you want to be loud about West Texas, put a Hispanic to talk about. I say what I say. And other thing that I dream of is I would like to have stuff like, for example, what Savannah is doing with Adelante Mujeres.
Mm,
I think is awesome. It's
yes.
a beautiful event. I went there last year and I was like, one of the conferences, I was crying, like,
Mm,
it's really beautiful.
yeah.
I would like to have the options to do that, to have that option in Spanish too.
Mm,
Maybe it's a huge dream. Maybe it's just crazy. Maybe nobody's going to be there. I don't know. But I think a lot about that. And we have a real talented people to talk there. And we have people that I'm pretty sure they're going to be more than happy to go. That's a dream.
I think that's a realizable dream.
You think so? You always say that. You're a positive person.
Well, I mean, it is possible.
Yes,
You know,
I would like to do
it
that
is
someday.
possible.
Someday.
Well, my other thing would be, well, why not?
Hmm.
Why not? Why not? Like, if the chamber had that support, right, and was able to logistically make it happen,
Yes, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
A lot.
It's a lot of work, right?
I've been working with a small events, and it's like, "Ooh, I need help."
Yeah. I mean, just the little Bamberger Fridays that I have here. I mean, I think twice before I'm like, okay, let's do it. Because I know once I say let's do it,
Let's do it.
yeah, it's a lot of work, right? But I love to have them. You're going to see a lot more this year.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
When the weather is better, because
Yes. First
right
one
now,
is March 4th.
March.
Yeah, March 4th. Right.
Perfect.
We're going to do a mixer for the Midland Chamber of Commerce.
That's perfect.
Yes.
Midland Chamber of Commerce, the Hispanic.
No, the
regular.
regular Midland Chamber.
And the first time that I came here to Ban Business was with the regular Chamber of
That was
Commerce
the one?
and a mixer with.
That was a pretty good.
Good, I love
Yeah.
it.
We're going to do it again.
Perfect. Let's do it. I'll be here.
You see? Let's do it. Let's go. Right?
Yes.
No, but I think, are things possible? Right? Yes. I want to see people do things. Right? I want to see new things be created. Right? And if I can be involved, I want to be involved. Right? Like there's this energy going on that where it's create, build something, grow it, build something, grow it. And when you say that it's my dream, I want to see that happen, well, so do I. I want you to see your dream happen, because it's just that it's saying, oh, it's my dream to have something, material something, right? You're saying it's my dream to create this conference where we're doing it 100% in Spanish, because the Latino people need something like that, right? To come together and, hey, let's do it, right? I think it can be done, right?
I think so too. It's just a lot of work, but I'm pretty sure we can find the right path to do it with the right people.
Yes, and that's what it.
We need a team to do that. Right now, Latino Social, I have, of course, a community that support everything what we do. We have Maria Paraco, which is a realtor. You know Maria Paraco, right?
Yes.
She's also helping with the book club. But for this kind of event that we're talking, we need a whole team,
We need a whole team.
something huge. And I'm pretty sure Savannah can be a key, master key there.
So that's the of it is
Yes.
right, and different organizations coming together. Like I'd love for BAM to be part of that, right? Like how can we make it happen, right? So if it's a dream, well, I guess we just got to go sleep for a little while to have the dream, right?
Yeah.
To see it and like make it a reality.
Entrepreneurs and small business owners, are you searching for ways of taking your business to the next level? BAM is your answer. We specialize in crafting high-performance marketing strategies that put your brand front and center right in the palm of your customers' hands. Not only can we create a premium website full of features that optimize your social media and digital marketing presence, but we ensure that your brand gets multiple views from your target audience and even those visiting your competition. BAM is your go-to solution in the Permian Basin. But we're not just about digital and social media marketing. We're a one-stop shop offering a spectrum of services, including business mentorship, strategic planning, market research, and access to capital. That's right. We can get you funding to expand your business. With BAM, you're not just getting a service, you're gaining a partner committed to your growth for the life of your business. So why wait? Kickstart your journey to success today. Call us to set up a free consultation and discover how BAM can help your business soar above the rest. 432-247-8840. Call today and get your business launched. The BAM BizTalk Podcast is brought to you by our sponsor, Pachuco's Restaurant. Craving authentic and eclectic cuisine in Midland? Well, Pachuco's has you covered. Located in downtown Midland at the ever so legendary and iconic historic building at 316 North Big Spring Street, Pachuco's blends rich and unique flavors in a conveniently pleasant and vibrant atmosphere. Enjoy the highest quality barbecue, savory tacos, burgers, and a variety of other mouth-watering dishes that reflect the spirit of a true Pachuco cuisine. Real, authentic, and just plain different. Check out their menu at www.pachucos432.com or call 432-218-8806 to inquire, or better yet, just show up and get your shine on. At Pachucos, where heritage, exquisite taste, and hospitality come together for an unforgettable dining experience. Pachucos, Midland, Texas. Now back to the show.
But so my job, right? When somebody has an idea, oh, I'm going to make $1 million, right? And they come to me and say, okay, I want to start a business, right? Well, my job is to kind of talk them out of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, but still being positive. So it's a
Yes.
balance,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because if somebody have an idea okay, this is going to take some work,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like the initial, oh, I have this idea. How do I get it to work? Right? Like, okay, great. You have an idea. Love new ideas, right? So now, well, how is the person, because it's all up to the person, is the person going to see it through? Right? So when I have my initial consulting session, I don't mind just sharing everything that's in my head to to help them, well, this is what it's going to take,
Yes.
right? To make that happen.
Are
Right?
you able
To
to?
go through
Mm-hmm.
and do it is the
Yes.
big question, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if they can answer back and they see our obstacles and we can't pass that or we can't get through that, it's like, hey, okay, well that business isn't going to go anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
The idea is never going to really develop,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because if everybody looked at all the problems that they foresaw, like, and let it overwhelm them, there wouldn't be any businesses because that's all businesses are.
Yes. But at the same time, I always said enthusiastic is not everything.
No.
I'm an enthusiastic person,
Hmm.
like a lot. Sometimes I have to control myself. It's like be realistic a little bit. And I think it's something that it me. Like being enthusiastic is what me here because it's in that thought when I arrived. Like I don't have anything. I don't have it. This is not possible. Like I don't know. I couldn't do anything with that thought.
You wouldn't, right?
I'm an enthusiastic. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make it work. But it's not everything. You need preparation. You need organization, learning, all what you need to make
Yeah.
it come true. Is not everything is just enthusiastic. People can see me and always they are like, you're always like nice,
Hmm.
smiling, and I'm like, yes, I'm enthusiastic, but I had to work a lot too,
Hmm.
and I've been learning a lot. Yes, so enthusiastic is not everything. You need to learn. You
Hmm.
need to work.
Right.
I don't know if I'm pronunciation
Enthusiastic. Yeah.
enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you understand.
You got it, man. You got it. No.
It's not everything. You need more than that. And
Right. I
it's
has
important, but it's not everything.
right. What? Not everything, but it is an essential element.
Yes.
Right. You do need it to go down
Hmm.
and see through, right? With enthusiasm, right? Like, with right,
Yes.
with a lively, like putting your best foot forward and say, oh yeah, this can happen. This is gonna happen, right? Make it happen. Because a lot of times, like, people let them quit,
Yes.
because they lost the enthusiasm, and once you get to that point, it's you lost that essential element that was going to
Yes.
keep pushing, because this was just a problem. It's just a problem that as an entrepreneur and business person, you solve it
Correct.
to get through it, right? And that's growth.
That's why it's important what you do here. Because I can imagine a lot of people coming here with all these enthusiastic, but they don't have the correct to do it.
Right.
Okay, I have this business idea, or
Uh-huh.
I want this, and then you have to put their foot in the ground,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yes, you're in the,
Yeah.
your idea is awesome, but this is the correct path, the correct
Yeah.
way to do it.
One of my very first when I started business consulting, one of my very first meetings with a client, they said, I have this great idea. It's going to make $1 million. I was like, oh, yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, sit down. What? I just left my job. I just quit. I'm like, yeah, right. I was like, well, you already have this idea up and going, right? I guess it replaced your income. He was like, no, but I know it's going to be. I was like, you didn't cuss out, did you? Back, get your job. But yeah, so that there can be that over enthusiasm to where you lose touch with reality, and
Yes.
that's not a good thing,
No.
right? But like you said, be realistic. Like, but even that has its terms. Like, okay, what do you mean be realistic? Well, it just means have your perspective, right? Have your feet on the ground and know what you're doing,
Yes.
with intention.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's important. Connecting that with the Hispanic community that I work with. Uh, we are people that are enthusiastic. We have this desire to build something that
Yes.
we weren't able to build in our own country. So we arrive here with all these dreams and like, okay, if I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna make it work and everything. But I always suggest connect with someone or something that show you the right path because you cannot do the things here as you did it in your country.
Good point.
It's completely different. The law are different. The everything is different.
Everything's different.
You cannot when you're going to build a business that you're gonna put all your money there, your savings and everything. You cannot improvise.
Right.
Right. And we work and we're so enthusiastic that we're like, it's going to work.
It's gonna work.
I know it's going to work. God knows it's going to work.
Right.
You need to, you need the right path. It's
Right.
not just enthusiastic. You need to know that you need an LLC, you need an insurance, you need this and that, and follow the laws and all the permissions, all the filings and everything.
Yeah.
And it's a whole process, so different from your country. And when you do the stuff like that, like following the right path, you're gonna be successful.
Yes.
It's like when I talk with Lucy Cisniega, I admire her. She
Yes,
knows a
amazing.
lot, and she talks about that. When she talks about business, you have to measure. Okay, my business is going to be here. Oh, okay, what is the radio? People are going to drive by.
Yeah.
Who is coming to your business? Did you measure something? Did you? I don't have money to pay a person that measured that because I don't have the budget. Okay, park your vehicle there and watch people walking. Who is walking around that location? Who is buying in the business that is beside? Who is there? So who is your prospect?
Yeah.
Client. So we need to learn a lot about that.
Yes.
Watch. If you don't have money to pay a marketing study or anything, park your vehicle there. Part of your daily journey. Park your vehicle there in the corner where you're going to put your business and watch people walking around. Nobody's walking around, and I have 1 week parking my vehicle there. That's a red flag.
That.
Watch that. Don't just
Yeah.
put your money, all your savings there because and then you're gonna say in the future, I don't know why it didn't
I don't know
work.
why I didn't.
What happened? You know what happened.
I love that. Right. So what you just said is my mentor or my business partner Michael used to say that. Right. That was part of his advice. If somebody say, yeah, I'm thinking about this location over there, and he said, okay, and he started asking questions. Well, how many people go there? What kind of people are they? Your customer? Oh, well, I don't know, but it's a great location. Well, why is it a great location?
Yes.
Well, he said, well, I want you to go out there every day for like 2 weeks on your lunch break and just sit there and watch people.
Oh, that's
He
awesome.
used to say, get one.
Did
of
you
the
say that to me before? Because maybe that's what I thought the idea. I don't know. I talk with a lot of smart people.
Well, yeah, you pick up a lot of things, right?
Yes.
But he used to say, go out there and take notes.
Yes.
Count the people who are walking by. Like, who are the people? What are the surrounding stores? Are they going into those other stores? Just everything, right? Be observant.
And I have this person that I know, and they have a successful business in Houston for bakery, and they have customers, and they want to grow up and move to another location. And they were like, okay, where? Because we want to move to a bigger one, but we don't want to improvise. So what they did is they checked client by client the zip code to measure the radio.
Yeah.
They don't pay anybody to do this. Just use AI.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but they did it with AI. Okay, this is the list of customers that I have, and this is the zip code. Show me a radio. Where is going to be a good location? And it's going to show you a radio around, and you have to put your business in the radio. You're not going to improvise because it's your savings, your money.
Right.
So if you're going to grow with, knowing what you're doing.
Yes. Right.
And they are doing awesome, and I know
Awesome.
they're gonna nail it.
Yeah, that's so important though. That's doing your market research, right? Research, not so much just on oh, it's my gut feeling. That's good. Go, with your gut feeling, but also get the hard data,
Correct.
right? What does the data say? Does it match with your gut feeling? Right? That's what you're looking for when you gut feeling. That's just you have this knowing that that's maybe the right answer, but now you just got to go prove that that's the right answer, right? It's the
Yes.
proof of concept. So them doing that, that's awesome.
In the other hand, I know people that just they did it right and they just improvised, and I'm like, you were lucky. Like it's not like you were in the right place at the right moment. You didn't measure anything, but you did it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how do you say diste en el clavo. Like I don't
Uh-huh.
know, I
Uh-huh.
don't know. But yes, they open the businesses and like they are shining like crazy, and
Yeah.
as a result, we can see West Texas were needing a bakery like they are doing in close to the downtown in Midland,
Mm-hmm.
and they are so successful. It's a bakery like Venezuelan bakery,
Oh, okay.
and they are doing awesome. And they didn't measure anything; they were just enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Let's do it, and they're doing awesome. So can work or can not
Yeah.
work, but I always suggest don't improvise because it's your money,
Yeah.
and that's that's all your savings, all the
Right.
hours that you work. But yeah, we can see everything, the both histories, and
Uh-huh.
sometimes it works, sometimes it
Sometimes it
doesn't. But
doesn't, right? No,
yes,
I think that's a good point, right? But I think once you're there and once you're going through it, there has to be some sort of okay, that didn't work. Let's try this, right? Like an improvisation, but once you are already there and going,
yes,
improvising, getting started, that's a tough one.
yes, yes, I
Yeah.
agree, and I don't know what do you think about changes, but I think changes are important too because sometimes you can start something
Mm-hmm.
and you have to make
Change.
huge
Yeah.
changes that
Pivot.
your roots like oh, I
uh
wasn't thinking about this when I start.
huh.
I wasn't think about what about if I have to start again? Like I have to delete what I already did and I
Yeah.
have to start again. So I believe that changes are important.
Mm-hmm.
I know people they said to me every time, oh, business owners, and they said to me every time that I'm going through a change, I shake like a
Mm.
puppy. Like I have panic attacks. I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm ready. I hate changes. I know that I have to do it. We have to
Yeah.
grow up or move or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but it's hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
This is a real history. And I was thinking about her story and I was like, I'm the opposite. If I still in the same place for a long period of
That's what.
time,
Mhm.
I start shaking
Yeah.
like, why I'm in the same place? Why I'm not moving to the next
Uh-huh.
one? So everybody see the changes different.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're not expecting the
Mhm.
changes and that move us like I wasn't expecting this, I wasn't ready for this, but you have to move forward. And sometimes we can prepare ourselves for the changes.
Yes.
I'm the person that I love changes.
Mm.
I don't like to stay in the same place for a
Yeah.
long period of time. I'm always thinking ahead.
Mm.
Thinking ahead, what's the next step? But right now, I have the transportation company, and I'm thinking about real estate business. I'm like
Yeah.
thinking ahead,
For
thinking
sure.
ahead. People they don't like to change. They are like, I'm perfect here.
Yeah.
I don't like to think ahead. I'm enjoying the
Right.
moment and I want to stay here. So I love changes when I'm preparing the changes.
Mm.
But when they talk you like,
Nah.
you have to change now, it's like,
Ah.
yes,
So it's a control factor,
yes,
right? Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. And business owners, yeah, we have control issues.
yes, we
we,
have,
yeah,
yes.
we want to control our environment, we control our outcomes,
Mm,
and when we don't, we feel when we don't have control, that's when the anxiousness comes in,
mm,
so somebody who is nice and comfortable, don't shake nothing, don't move nothing, don't break nothing,
yes,
then when change is upon them, so like right now we are going through huge changes just as a global society, right?
mm,
Because of
mm,
technology,
mm,
this AI is changing, right? The way we operate, and if it's not obvious by now, After this year, it's going to become insanely obvious because technology is every facet of your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's almost like when electricity
King,
first came on,
yes.
right? People were scared of it. Electricity is going to burn us down. You know, oh, that's not safe, and no, that's magic. You know, that's not. You know,
Mm.
but then now we don't even think about flipping the light switch on and using electricity. Now it's like oh, hey, where can I plug in? You know, where can I get some? I need some, plug in. And
Yeah.
it's just so ubiquitous. It's everywhere. And it's just part of life. And we take it for granted
Yes.
now. The electricity is a thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? And only when things happen, like when it snowed a couple years ago and we were all locked down,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah, I remember.
people lost electricity,
Mm-hmm.
right? Didn't have it for days or maybe weeks, Well, then that's when we're like, oh, that's that it's really part of our lives, so embedded, so the technology shift we're going through now, it's gonna that's what it's be like. AI is gonna be everywhere. We're not even gonna know that
Mm-hmm.
we're using AI,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like we're recording this right now using AI. Yeah.
Yes. And I think it can be a scare for
Hmm.
people that are not related to technologies. And even when I feel that I'm related, I kind of understand.
Hmm.
You never understand everything because it's really hard.
So much.
It's really
So
hard.
much.
So I was thinking about that too. We need young people here
Hmm.
to rely on,
Yeah.
involved with the businesses.
Uh-huh.
I would love to see more young people like in
Yes.
Founders Blend,
Hmm.
like here in BAM Consulting. We need them.
Yes.
We need that brains.
Yeah, no, 100%. So
Yes.
interesting. I'm part of a group here locally, and we're starting a young entrepreneurs challenge. Just like they have the Midland Entrepreneurial Challenge.
Yes.
Well, we're starting one for like kids,
Oh, that's awesome.
like 12 to 18, right?
That's
Junior high and high school.
that's awesome.
You know, it's we're just in the talking phase right now, kind of
Yes, we
figuring.
need those brains because we're even I'm a millennial. I kind of feel lived in the era where we didn't have that internet
Hmm.
so much in our life.
Yeah.
I remember I was like 13 when I opened my hotmail.com. I don't
Uh-huh.
know. We didn't that at that
Hmm.
moment. And now I kind of feel comfortable with the technologies, but at the same time, I watch what my sons do and I'm like, I'm way behind. Like I'm not with the like
Right.
something that is changing every day,
Every day.
every day. When you feel like, for example, my social media is been growing up a lot in
Awesome.
2024. It's been crazy, but I kind of figured out what the algorithm
Mm.
wants, but it's changing all the
All the
time.
time.
They made some changes for 2025. I'm like, I'm just learning after. We need those young brains to learn from them. We need
Yes.
them. And I know it's different. They are living in a completely
Completely
different
different world.
era, yes.
Yeah.
But we need to learn from them. And I think businesses, they need to know, we need to learn about technologies,
Yes.
AI,
Hmm.
and all the good stuff you can get from them.
Yeah.
We are not going to avoid to have them in our life.
Nope.
They're gonna be here
It's gonna be
if
here.
you want or if you don't. So maybe you just need to make pieces with technologies.
Yeah.
If you're not already.
Right. Your business. You need to know what's going on, right? Because if you're in a business and you're fighting off, if you're paying attention and waiting till a better time, awesome. That's good. But if you're not even wanting to learn about it, right, and keep doing what you've been doing the last 20, 30
Mm,
years, right, you'll be okay for a little while.
mm,
But here, very soon, there's just going to be so much more businesses that are so much more efficient, because they can do just what you can do, the same level, the same quality, but for way cheaper.
yes.
How do you compete with that?
Hmm.
Right? It's a practical business decision, right? Because this technology isn't just a trend.
Yes.
It's not just something that's like, oh, that's cool, and then you can keep going on. No, this is literally changing the way we operate.
Do you think we need more spaces to let the people know or learn about technologies? Like, I'm not talking about the youngest people,
Hmm.
I'm talking about the people that they already have like 20 years in business. I know business owners here, they have like 30
Yeah.
years in businesses and they are not connected to anything related to social media or technologies or anything.
Right.
But I'm thinking about how can they get involved to that.
I think the first step is wanting and knowing that they should be looking to get involved in that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So there are resources out there, right? And I know it could be because there's so many kind of, especially online resources, right? But how does a business owner of 30 years who is not on the cutting edge of technology and paying attention to it and is actually kind of scared of it, like, so how do they, not just, but kind of, I've heard these things too where they're making sure that none of their employees use it, right? And I get it when there's security issues, right? They're unsure about, if, especially have customer data, but there does have to be some keeping up with the times of the tech,
Yes.
right? Because if not, it could be detrimental. So, do we need more spaces for them to learn? I don't know about more, but I think it's something else to where. So, you know why everybody brushes their teeth?
Yes.
But I'm saying, like in the of brushing your teeth, because when toothpaste first came out, it failed at first
Mm-hmm.
because everybody's like, brush your teeth. Why would we brush our teeth every day?
Oh, wow.
Right, right. It wasn't just an automatic thing,
Yes.
right? Like we only all brush our teeth now just because that's what we when we grown up. That's what our parents. Oh, you need a toothbrush,
Yes.
brush your teeth,
Mm-hmm.
right? Well, 100 years ago, that wasn't a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just 100 years,
Mm-hmm.
but any farther than that, that's not a thing,
But I
you
understand what you're saying. Yes.
So we had to be like programmed basically to brush our
Mm-hmm.
teeth every day. Seatbelts
Mm-hmm.
in cars.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't a thing. It became law to make us do it.
I learned how to do that here in USA. I
Put
didn't do that in Venezuela.
put a seatbelt.
Nobody's going to say to you, put your seatbelt. It's crazy. I don't know how we survive.
But it's wild if you think about things like that that we just granted and we just do it all the time because
Yes.
it's better for us,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's better to put your seatbelt on, right? For you, you'll probably live long. You'll and then if you brush your teeth every day, well, that has positive benefits,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Correct.
But if you think about it, like okay, so when something is new, um, and we're scared of it or we don't see the value in it, right? Because if you're trying to convince somebody who is 50 years old, who had never brushed their teeth, right, ever,
Mm-hmm.
and you're telling them, here, you take this, and they're like, why would I do that?
I've never been doing that and I don't need that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with like why do I need what this we're talking? But fast forward and like, oh, you don't brush your teeth? Like that's weird. Okay. So that's kind of like it's the reprogram you I hate that word. The re-educating. Okay, I'm not trying to say that,
Yes.
but implementing something that is a positive, right? Past the fear point. Past the point of where okay, I see the world one way, but reality is totally different. Okay,
Correct.
so how do you get those people to see reality? That's the trick.
Love to see management when they are able to say, hey, I don't know this, I'm going to hire this person, or I already hired this person and I know is going to take care about this and is going to teach me.
Mm,
And they're able to, they're
yes.
open to
Mm-hmm.
learn. And you can see the difference when you see that kind of management.
Yes.
You can see that. I remember a couple of jobs, as I said to you, when we start that I quit. And I remember I was there and I was like, we need to put this in social media. For example, cool calls
Mm,
in marketing. It's nice if you keep doing that. But the next generation, they don't like to talk by phone.
No.
So they request like you have to do like 50 calls by day. And I'm like, I prefer to do a post in Facebook and I know it's going to be more engagement. I'm going to have more engagement. And they were like, no, you have to do 50 calls per day. And I'm like, but right now, and I'm not saying anything against cool calls. If you that, that's you're a boomer. No, I'm just kidding. It's okay. You can keep doing it if you're being if you're
Right.
with that. But the reality is the next generation, the one that is coming, that is growing up, the ones that are going to buy your product in the future, they don't like to talk by phone. So you have to start doing something. Can be by text message or social media or any other window, because so when I see a manager that they are like post on Facebook, post on Instagram, let's do this, let's do a video.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're like, that's nice, that's nice, we're able to go to the customer, to the right customer, because right now if I see your call and I know, I mean, the phone already said to you it's an spam call,
Yeah.
so you're not going to answer that
Nope.
one. So you need to keep in market with social media. I think it's really important. I was always all these jobs that I quick in the past. I was like, we need to do social media. They were like, let's think about it. Let's think. And then when I left, they just started posting in social media, and I'm like,
Nah. Now.
yes, you understand? Yes, yeah, I think the future is there. Is not something I'm just saying. Is proof. Is next generations, they want to other stuff. We
Yes.
have to change the way that we do for our businesses.
Right.
That's the hard truth.
Yes. Right. And being, like you said, management that is open, right, to suggestions, to something that, if it's not working now, right, well, what can we do that will work? What can we try? Right? Because not everything you try is going to work,
Yes,
but just being open to experiment. Let's keep experimenting till you find something that, like, oh, okay, that works pretty good. Let's keep doing that, right? But even though then the algorithms change, right? So you still have to be open to change with it.
yes,
What changes do we have to make?
yes,
And I think that's the difference between like a growth mindset and a mindset. No, just this is we've been doing this, so we're just gonna keep doing this.
yes. The topic that we already talked about changes. Some people they check if they change. Some people they check if they don't change.
Yeah.
And of course, there's some business they don't need social media,
Right.
but they need AI. I mean, I'm not saying they need it, but the job is going to be easier if you use it. So not every business needs to be in social media. That's
Right.
true.
Right.
So some businesses, for example, for our transportation business, we don't need to post anything about them. It's
Right.
just a work that we do in an office. Nobody needs to know what
Yeah.
we're doing. We don't need social media for that.
Right.
But AI is really good for us, because I'm not talking just about social media. When we talk about technology, we're talking about the AI, what programs you can use to make your job easier. And we have a lot of technologies that we don't know, and they are there. And sometimes they are free,
Sometimes they are.
even free.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not just for an influencer in Instagram, like you need to be in Instagram. No, I'm not talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about technology in general. Technology can be really awesome for your business.
Yeah, no, I really feel we're at a point to where it's going to touch every aspect, every single business. So when you say no, you're not, AI doesn't need, business don't need AI. Well, I'm on the other side of that. I was like, I think they do, right? Because even though they're operating now and they're doing okay without using AI right now, somebody else is going to figure out how to do what they do using AI, and they're going to be a lot more cost effective.
Correct.
So long term survival, I think businesses really need to be thinking AI forward, right? So AI forward, customer service first. How do you use the AI to better serve your customers,
Correct.
right? And that a part of that is your efficiency, right? So as a business, how efficient are you to deliver quality service or product?
Correct.
And I think the farther we get down this AI rabbit hole, that we're just the technology is just exponentially growing.
Correct.
And now what's really crazy is, thinking about the quantum computers. How is that going to interact with the AI? What is it changing? Like there's some pretty wild stuff out there. The Willow chip.
What is that?
So yeah, this blow
What is
your
that
mind.
willow ship? I
So
never
it's
hear
a
about
it's
that.
a computer
Maybe I
chip.
hear in Spanish, but I don't know the term.
So I believe it was Google built a computer chip, and they named it Willow, right? And it's a quantum computing chip that processes so fast. It would take a regular computer, like just today's really powerful computer. It would take them thousands of years to solve what Willow was able to do the snap of a finger.
Oh wow.
Right. So that kind of processing capability, like it's really when you look up and you like start reading about it, it's really crazy because they're talking about multiple universes. Yeah. I don't know, like
No, I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know if you're talking about conspiracy theory, but I love that because for me, my favorite how do you call cuando tienes como un topic specific the movies
hmm like a
es
genre or
like sci-fi is my
sci-fi.
favorite.
Yes.
So I loved. You ask my husband. I loved to watch a sci-fi movie.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm always like, if I'm gonna watch a movie, it has to be
Sci-fi.
sci-fi.
Awesome.
Like so when we talk about conspiracy theories or stuff like that, I'm like, this is like a
Oh, there it
movie.
is.
I really enjoy it. If I can be honest, I can be talks with for conspiracy theories for hours. I'm
Get
like,
lost.
oh, this is my I cannot. This
Because there's just so much.
I
There's
know.
so much, yeah.
There are so much conspiracy theories, and there are some stuff that I really know are happening.
Mhm.
Can I say one?
Sure.
They are listening to us even when we don't have any like this positive with you. Something in our body sending some signals to them. It's crazy. I know it's
Okay.
crazy, but see, something that is happening just in my mind.
Mhm.
I never thought about it. Not in my phone, not in a text message, and anywhere.
Mhm.
And then suddenly one of these apps show me something like that. Like exactly like that. How is that happening? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's with me. I think they're listening. I'm not paranoid. Show your algorithm.
What's the algorithm, right?
Yes, but it's something that is really happening. It's happening. And when I talk with people, I say, hey, I think they are listening. They're like, yes,
Yeah,
of
they're
course they are listening. Like, but something that I didn't say, I didn't put in my
Just a
phone.
thought.
Just a thought.
So,
How can you explain that? Something like really specific.
right.
For example, for me, when I eat some kind of food, for example, scrambled eggs. When I eat specific scrambled eggs, not anything else, just that food.
Mhm.
After the four bite, I'm like, I don't like it. I don't know. Is the
Okay.
texture? Is the flavor? I don't know.
Okay.
It's really specific, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really specific. When did you hear somebody saying something like that?
First,
Right?
yeah.
TikTok showed me a video with that, and I'm like, "Mm, it's exactly what I was thinking. How? You know?
Hmm.
What do you think about that? Am I crazy? Are going to end this interview really bad, right?
Wait, so let me so you're eating eggs,
Mhm.
right? And at the fourth bite, you're like, okay, I don't want any more, right?
Like, but like it really disgusts you.
Yeah. You're like, oh, okay, I'm done. No more eggs.
Mhm.
But you didn't say anything out loud. You
Mhm.
didn't say, oh, these eggs are nasty or
Mhm.
that's gross. I'm not eating. After four bite, I'm done. You never voiced it. You never said anything.
Never.
And it was
And that happened to me a lot of times. I'm
really.
just giving you a specific
Mhm.
example. It can happen with a product that I've been thinking or something like that. And I'm like, I never to anybody before. Like I never looked for in my phone.
Mhm.
How? And I've been talking with people, Angel, because this is something that you share with people to see if you're imagining. And then they're like, yes, all the time. It happened all the time.
Hmm.
They show me what I just think about it, and then the algorithm shows.
Oh wow. Wow. So it be that we are really living in a simulation.
Don't say that. I was thinking about the phone listen to me, or I don't know, a
Well,
chip, something that is connected. I don't know.
well, I think it tracks with that, right? Because if we're living in a simulation
Okay.
and you can simply think about something and then you see it on your phone, right? Well, that would, to us, and what reality is, that would just be something that's being shown through the back end of how our working, and it's coming on our screen, right? Because if we are in a simulation, then everything's so the Matrix, right? You like sci-fi, right?
Yes.
So that kind of simulation that yeah, they're it's starting to become more transparent. If we were to go down the conspiracy theorist road, I'm saying.
We're just talking about conspiracy theories. We don't believe anything of this. We're really mental health healthy. I mean, we're okay. But no, I think is I love conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Because we have access now to social media. Is awesome what other people are sharing about it. It's
Yeah.
like they are saying that internet just disappeared. Is not internet since 2016, and now we're living a simulation. I already hear that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
See
it's
that?
interesting. I keep watching because I love sci-fi, and I'm like, oh wow!
Yeah.
And they do a real research. They look for like they show you like a whole theory, like,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like seeing that data and everything, and you're like, oh, I'm about to believe it. I'm gonna watch the next. I'm going to the next video
There was really a point in my life where I got deep.
with conspiracy theories.
Yeah. See, because I'm at that age to where, the internet, I was in high school when like the internet started getting into homes. Like my dad had access to the internet way before anybody else in the neighborhood did. Right. And my friends would like trip out because we had a computer that was connected to the internet, and I was the only one of my friends with one, right? So I kind of that perfect age to where and actually right circumstances to where right when the internet kind of started blooming, there was all kind. The internet is not the same as it was back then
I agree.
at all, right? Because I used to find some wild stuff just in like I would just stay up all night just reading reading. And then, I've opened a bookworm to read books. So then when I'm reading these books and then I'm on the internet and like, I'm this whole world like deep diving into conspiracy theories. And then fast forward, well, then I think that's when the whole conspiracy theory market kind of really blew up, right? Because it became a commodity. It became something that's a product and service now,
Yes.
right? So it's come like there's been so many wild things. When I stopped, they started talking about the flat Earth theory, and I'm like, okay, I'm out.
This is too much.
Y'all can't convince me of this one,
Yeah, no, this
right?
is much.
Yeah,
And I know people, Angel, I know people, they believe the earth is flat. So like, and they give you all the information that you need to know to believe them. And I'm like, I already went to high school and elementary and they show me other things and I'm not able to learn about that again. I have what I have. Let's learn something else.
yeah, yeah,
Yes, it's a lot.
yeah. It
But it's
is.
something that I personally enjoy it. Is because in my mind it's just sci-fi. I have my own. I really believe they listen to us. I'm not paranoid. Or it's just the algorithm is in another level, or they are, or the algorithm like develop like in a level that we cannot explain
Yeah,
because what's the reason for them to show me something specific, so specific. In talking to people, they agree. So I'm pretty sure it's happening there. I don't know the answer.
right.
It's just something that I'm thinking, but yes,
Yeah, it's wild.
we enjoy all these stories.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's something that
Yes, it's fun. Yes,
yeah.
it's just I recommend you put your foot in the earth, like in front. It's just don't get lost there because
Right.
it's gonna be hard for you.
Right.
Yes, yes,
Right. That's
and keep
becoming
the connections with people. When you spend a lot of time in internet, go out, connect with real people.
real
Like we are
people.
here.
Yes. Awesome, awesome. Well, Miss Vasquez, it's
We've
been
been
a
talking a
pleasure.
lot.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was fast. What we've been talking for
Oh, a good hour
what?
and a half. Oh
N-
wow, no, almost 2 hours.
No. How you gonna do that? You're gonna cut there,
Well, yeah,
right?
we'll cut some stuff.
Yes. Yes.
But so Latino Social, right?
Yes.
It's a project that you've been building for this last year, going into 2025 and beyond, right? With it,
Yes. Mm.
what do you as the future of social?
Well, I would like to grow up in the way that we involve more people.
Mm,
I have dreams, like I said to you, like Juan Adelante Mujeres, but
mhm.
in Spanish. The podcast, I hope that we can find the correct partners to sponsorship
Mm,
because I'm doing this from the bottom of my heart.
yeah.
So I would like to grow up in to be a window for the West Texas for the Hispanic community.
Ah,
I want to set up like that. Like if you want to connect with Hispanic people, use this window. It's all
yeah,
yours. Put your message here because people are watching what we're doing
yeah.
here. I would like to do that because communication that's the key. But more than communication is connection.
Hmm.
I believe in connection. I believe in networking, and that's what I'm doing. If you have a business and you need to know where to put your business, how to connect with people, that's what I want to do, and I want to keep doing for the next years. So
Awesome.
networking for me is really important. I
Hmm.
know you know it too. So that's the first step for any business, any kind of business. Even if
100%.
you work with directly with customers or you use a provider or any kind of business, you need to do networking. That's important for
Yeah.
your business. And that's what we want to do. And of course, tools like the book club.
Mm,
I personally believe that reading is important for you.
hmm. Yeah.
That's important for you. That's why we're doing the book club and the workshops that we do. We teach some stuff that I don't personally have to know completely. I bring a person that
Right.
talk about that and show what they know,
Yeah.
and that's important for our community too. That's what I
Yes.
want to keep doing.
So it's growth and development.
Yes,
You're growing and developing your people,
yes,
right? And that way we all grow together, right?
correct.
I love it. Networking is a very important part. So your podcast is on where can they find podcast?
Latino Social by Gitsy Vasquez in YouTube.
Okay.
We're about to launch the second season. It's going to be awesome. I have a new studio. Everything is new,
Ah,
so it's going to be awesome.
awesome.
Yes,
Cool.
I hope to have you there
I would love to.
talking in Spanglish.
Yeah, man. I'll try for it.
Perfect.
Hey, so Bam Biz Talk, entrepreneurs listening, people who take action, dreamers who take action, right? So do you have any parting words for them? Any words of encouragement or
Partners, were.
do you have any words like for our listeners?
Yeah, sure. Believe in yourself. Enthusiastic is not everything. You don't know something, go to the people that know. And connection is important, is the key to everything that you need to know. I started the business because of a connection, and networking is the blood of your business.
Ah, networking is the blood of your
Keep
business.
working. If I could do it as an immigrant, no language, no money, no, I wasn't ready for my papers when I arrived. If I could do it, you can do it too.
There you go. I love it. Well, thank you very much, Jitsi.
Thank you, Angel, for having me.
Yes, ma'am, and good luck with Latino Social.
Thank you
And
so much.
we'll talk soon. Thank you.
Sure. Bye bye.
Bye bye.